Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a high-end look on Dollar Tree bunnies and gnomes. I can't wait to get this started, so let's get going. As always, thank you if you are returning, and if you are not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to be notified every time I download a video, and hit that like button to help my channel to grow. I'm showing you the bunnies and gnomes. Yes, these are from the Dollar Tree. I ordered these ahead of time because last year they put them out and I didn't get to them fast enough. So I pre-ordered them. Yes, you can order on dollartree.com, and I ordered a case of each. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them. They're already adorable. You have to admit that. Super, super cute. But I like to just refresh them a little bit, give them a little bit more of a high-end look. And I do that pretty easily. I'm going to show you some of the supplies. These are the carrots from the Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 6, I believe. And then these Easter eggs I got at Michael's. I just have a bag of them that I bought. These are the new brush carrots that they have at the Dollar Tree. I'm in love with them. I bought so many of them. These are the buckets that are in the wedding and favors part of Dollar Tree, that aisle. And I just went ahead and grabbed those because I thought those looked super cute. New this year, or at least new to me, is the garland at the Dollar Tree with these eggs. So super easy to take those apart, and you get a lot, well, for $1.25 because that's how much they are now. And then these buttons I also found there. Every year I tend to find the buttons, and I always just grab them because they have different ones inside and I love to decorate with them. Here is that reindeer moss, I believe. I also have Spanish moss. You can use either one. You know, just go to your stash and see what you have. These are some new ribbons that I picked up at Dollar Tree, and I thought they were really pretty. The lace one that I always keep a lot of. And then these are some fabrics from Walmart. So just whatever you have around, ribbon, fabric. There's so many things you can use. I'm even using cheesecloth in this. And then I also found this year new at Dollar Tree. Now, maybe they had them last year, you let me know, but I saw these. They're the pom-poms, or the bunny butts is what I call them. And they had them in 2 different sizes, so I went ahead and grabbed a bag of each. I dress these bunnies and gnomes up and stick them on my station at work and sell them. And I just enjoy having fun and just being creative. So the first thing I do is cut off the Dollar Tree tag, and then there's this tag on the side, and I cut that off as well because I don't want that sticking out. And then we're going to start decorating, and I just kind of look at it and think, what can I do? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put that bunny tail on, or that bunny butt, the poof ball, and I just use some hot glue and glue that to the back of the bunny, and then that makes it just look a little bit more high-end already because now you have a tail included with your bunny. So go ahead and glue that on and then go from there. I saw in another video that someone used cheesecloth to decorate with. So I had some that I've probably had in a drawer for 6 years, and I went ahead and grabbed it, and boy, I had fun. It really does make it look more rustic, farmhousey, and so or shabby chic. But here I'm using that new Dollar Tree ribbon that I got. I really love the color of this, but it's a super wide ribbon, and I didn't want it that wide, so I just cut a piece. I'd say it was roughly about 3 or 4 inches. Use your judgment. It's all in what you want it to look like, and then I cut that in half. This is some bunny ribbon that I found, and I'm not sure where I found this. I can't remember if I got it at Michael's or if I got it at Walmart. I'm pretty certain I got it at Michael's, but it might be Walmart. I don't know. It's Celebrate, so wherever that brand is, I am totally spacing it, but I thought it was super cute, so I cut a couple pieces of that, and then I cut some pieces of the lace from the Dollar Tree, and now I'm going to cut some of the cheesecloth, and I just cut everything just kind of the width that I want. This is just one of those messy bows that we're creating, so you can do whatever you want. We're just layering things together, and literally, I had no idea what I was doing. When I started the video, I had everything all around me, and these are what I grabbed. So I start by stacking these in an X pattern. So I put the blue down one way and then the blue down the other way. You can see I start layering them and until I have all of the ribbons and fabrics layered around to form that X. And then I'm going to tie it in the center with a piece of cheesecloth. So we are taking that piece of cheesecloth that I cut a thinner strip this time, and I am placing it through the X in the center. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but you can kind of see what I'm doing. So I kind of gather everything in the center, and then I'm tying this piece of cheesecloth around that to hold it all together. And it kind of still keeps it in that X pattern, or the cross pattern. I guess that's better than saying an X pattern. And I had a little bit of a complication, so I kind of cut that part out of the video, but I did end up getting that all tied together. And then I just kind of spread my ribbons until I get the look that I desire. I like it to be kind of messy looking, but yet I like it to, you know, kind of still go together, like, you know, have the same fabric on the same side and stuff like that. But it's just a real messy bow. I crumple it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to glue this onto my bunny. Since I am making a male bunny, I'm going to cut a piece of cheesecloth and I'm going to tie that around his neck so that I cover the back of the neck where they sew the bunny. It's like it's sewn and glued, I'm not sure, but it's kind of rough looking sometimes. So I just tie a piece of cheesecloth around his neck before placing that bow on there. Even looks kind of cute with just the cheesecloth around there. I mean, you could leave it like that if you wanted to, but I'm trying to dress this up a little bit and make it like super cute so that you can use it with your decor. And I am going to go ahead and glue this onto that piece of cheesecloth right where that knot is and hold it on there until I know it's secure. Another thing I like to do, and you'll see me do this, is I will adjust my bow. I will cut some more off of it in little pieces because I want it to lay the right way. This is definitely up to what you want it to be. It doesn't have to be just like mine. I just try to achieve a certain look, and so I cut and fiddle with it. I also stick some extra glue behind the bow so that it kind of like lays in place and doesn't move too much, and that's what I'm doing here. And really, like I said, it's up to your better judgment and what you're looking to do, but this is how I decided to do this one. So I'm still making the adjustments to get the bow exactly the way I want it to look, and I do eventually finish that. And here he is with the bow, but now it is time to add a little bit of decor to him to fancy him up just a little bit more. I got these pails at the Dollar Tree in the wedding aisle. This is some styrofoam that came in a package, and I just keep that on hand to use for things just like this. So I cut that piece of styrofoam, and as you can see, it went flying, but I'm going to go ahead and put that inside the pail, and I do put some hot glue at the bottom, and then I press that down until it sticks. And then what I decided to do is get some of those Easter eggs off of the garland that I showed you at the beginning. So I choose 3 of them, and I kind of just figure out a way to stick them inside, or, you know, kind of get a direction of how I'm going to do it before I start placing my reindeer moss in the bottom. And like I said, you can also use Spanish moss, but I kind of got a way of that I'm going to do it. So now is when I take that moss, and I kind of just take a little bit of it and I stick it inside the bucket, and I glue it down just a little bit so it just kind of stays secure in place. So now I will start gluing those eggs into the bucket. You can just arrange them however you like. I didn't paint them or anything. I thought they were really cute. They were kind of a flat matte finish with little speckles, and I thought they were adorable and went perfect with the bunny. So I go ahead and place glue around them as I place them in the bucket. And you do want to make sure that the handle once you're getting those in there, you want to make sure the handle is straight up to glue it to the bunny's hands correctly. So I found with one that I did that I glued the eggs in and I never lifted the handle up, and I had a really tough time getting that handle over the eggs without denting the eggs because they are just plastic, like a really thin plastic. So go ahead and make sure you hold that handle up before you place that last egg in there, and that's what you see me doing here. Like I've said in past videos, if you're into cooking, baking, crafting on a budget, DIY, shopping hauls, and now I've added my weekly series of how the cookie crumbles, this is the channel for you. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, and I enjoy doing many, many things, and that is the reason that you see the different avenues on my channel. So I do hope that you subscribe to my channel, and again, hit that notification bell and that like button, and I am going to continue getting this pail together so that we can glue it to the bunny's hands and really make this bunny look high-end and adorable. So now is when I glue the pail to the bunny's hands, and I figure out which way I'm going to do it. Sometimes I glue it to one hand where the pail is on one side of the bunny, and then sometimes, as you saw me put the hands together, I gather it that way. I typically put the glue on the hand of the bunny, not the pail, because it's just a lot easier that way and less likely that you're going to burn yourself, which I've done many times. So go ahead and put some hot glue on the hand of the bunny, get that pail handle and add it on there. And I just kind of squeeze it on there until the hand's kind of wrapping around. You can place it however you want, but this is just how I do it, and it works out really good for me. So here is the pail if you put it on one hand and him holding it, and it looks super cute. Like I said, it's totally your preference. I do some that way, and then some I do where I gather the hands together. And this one, I kind of wanted to gather the hands together and kind of balance them out. So that's what I decided to do. So I put some hot glue on the other paw or hand of the bunny, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around so that it crosses in the front and hold that on there until it dries. I guess the correct term for hot glue would be cools, not dries. So after it cools and the bunny's hand is stuck, that's where I am done with this project, and I think he turned out fabulous. He is a he. I do the bow ties for the boys around the neck and for the girls up by the ears, and I just love it. And then I decide at the very last minute, I've done this to a couple of my bunnies, I take my white chalk paint and this is my Rust-Oleum. I got this on Amazon. I will put that in the description box below. I'll put the link for it in my Amazon store. But I do take a little tiny paintbrush and I kind of brush some lines into the bunny's ears. And again, this is preference. I do it to some bunnies and other bunnies I don't. It just kind of depends on what mood I'm in and what look I'm going for. So just kind of paint some lines on there. It's super easy. Let that dry. And then that little bunny of yours is all done. And you will have to let me know what you think. I think he turned out great. He's so cute, and I could not wait to put him on my station at work. So You can see the detail. The buckets are just like, or the pails, whatever they are just like perfect for these bunnies. So here he is, a little bit better of a picture. And now we're going to head on to the gnomes. And these gnomes are adorable. I did not see them last year at all. This year, I first discovered them on dollartree.com, and then I went ahead and ordered some, and then I found some in a store, so I bought a few more, but they are out of all of our stores here as far as I can see. So all I like to do with them, they're adorable as they are, and all I like to do is just spice them up a little bit and add a little bit of ribbon and some embellishments to them. So like I did with the bunny, I am taking this ribbon. I got this one at the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna go ahead, it's also a thick ribbon. I'm gonna cut a piece, and then I'm gonna cut that piece in half because it is so wide, and use it so I'll get 2 pieces out of 1 piece, just like I did with the bunny. And somehow I lost quite a bit of footage, so if you have any questions on how I make the bow, go back and watch how I did it on the bunny in the beginning. I did it exactly the same way, just using different ribbons and fabrics to do it. And so I crisscross them and do exactly the same thing. Like I said, I apologize. I don't know what happened and how I lost the footage, but I did it the same way. So then here the ribbon or the bow is done, and I decided to glue it onto the side of the gnome, so underneath one of the ears. Part of the footage that you missed is that I do kind of open the ears up a little bit and put a dab of glue behind the ear and stick it onto the hat. I hope that makes sense, to open those ears up a little bit more so that they're not so closed. And then that just gives me a little bit more room to put that bow there. And I do trim it up and get it to the size I want once it is on the gnome's hat. And it looks adorable. I like it just like this. I did use macrame cord to tie it together with this particular bow. I will also link that in the description box below. I got that on Amazon, and it's a huge spool of it, and I've been using it for so many different projects, and I absolutely love it. And then this is where those buttons came in handy. I picked out a pink button that matched that fabric underneath, and it was perfect to go on top of this. But like I said, it's cute without the button as well. I just added that little extra embellishment to it. So now I want to decorate her up a little bit for Easter and give her something to be carrying around. And I'm trying to decide which carrots I wanted to use. I decided to go with the carrots that come in the 6-pack. And to make it a little bit more realistic, I have some greenery. It's all from the Dollar Tree, I believe. And I just cut a piece of greenery off. I went ahead and left the stem. It was like a raffia stem in there. I left it because it was so small. And then I just put a dab of glue on the top of that carrot and kind of hold a piece of greenery down so that it looks like it has a bigger stem and a little bit more realistic. Once that's done, we're going to attach it to the gnome's hand so it looks like he, whichever one you want it to be, is carrying that carrot. And so I do the same thing that I did on the bunny. I apply some hot glue to the hand of the gnome, and then I'm going to attach that carrot to the inside and hold the hand down until it cools and it is completely attached. I also dab glue between the carrot and the body of the gnome because I don't really want it moving around too much. I kind of like to have it in place. So I put another dab of glue onto the body of the gnome and I place that carrot against there until it cools. One thing I did do that I didn't show you, it was in that lost footage, is I do put a little bit more glue underneath the beard so that the beard stays in place a little bit more, making it easier for me to decorate. And these cute bunnies and gnomes are done. They are so much fun and they are so adorable. A great gift to give to someone or just something to have to decorate around the house. I did decide to add a little bunny tail to this. You can use the bunny pom-poms or those pom-poms I showed you with the bunnies. This is actually from some garland that I got at Christmas time a couple years ago from Dollar General. I just cut it off and stuck it back there. But I love how these turned out. These are a huge hit in my salon. People stop and look at them all the time, and I do have people purchase them. You can decorate them any way you want, be creative, use what you have in your craft room, and just have fun with them. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I really had a great time, and I look forward to making more of these. As I told you in the beginning, I hope that you subscribe to my channel, hit that like button and that notification bell. I'd love for you to comment and tell me the ideas that you would do with your gnomes and bunnies. But most of all, just make it fun. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for being here. And as always, God bless.